Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a room tour video. At least one person asked for this, so I'm gonna do it. That's good enough for me. My room usually has a lot more ambiance, but I have to use the big light for this video, so I think we're gonna start here and work our way around. Alright, so as you can see, here is my door, and this has a lot of my Hello Kitty plushies. This actually isn't all of them, even. So, Hello Kitty was a major obsession of mine for a really long time. This is actually my pared down collection, if you can believe it. I also put some of my extra keychains and stuff on here as well. But yeah, this collection has taken me like 5 years, 6 years maybe. Alright, we're gonna move this way. You're gonna start to notice a theme here, and that is my love for mannequins and mannequin parts and mannequin heads. So this is my first mannequin. Her name is Susan. She's currently wearing my vintage lip service straight jacket, Halloween costume that I really love, and my Carl Grimes hat. And underneath here, a fun little necklace. I really love Susan. I got her from my grandma. She protects me and guards the room. I have to touch on this light switch cover though. This is my Pepe light switch cover that I painted in like 2018. I forgot to mention these. I have this string of baby shoes. This is my dresser, and this is kind of where I do everything that I do. But this usually would have much better decorations. I'm just keeping it simple because after I film this video, I'm gonna decorate for Halloween. And I go crazy with my Halloween decorations, so I've kept this bit simple. But as you can see, here's another mannequin part that I really love. This is my crotch, I guess. It's kind of a terrible name for it, but I don't know what else to call it. It's my mannequin crotch. And on here, I have my flail that I really love. I thrifted this for like 30 bucks. Super cool, like medieval flail. It's just a reproduction, but I really like it. Over here is really where the magic happens. This is my like jewelry / accessories area. In all of these drawers are all of my accessories and everything it takes to make the magic happen. I'm not going to go through everyone, but this one has like my huge glasses collection and my extensions, and then this one has hair accessories, as does that one. Basically just all my cool accessories, and then my jewelry over here. I guess I'll give you a demonstration of what I do every day. I set up this light. People often ask me what light I use, and this is called a Lume Cube. And I take this, it's currently plugged in, but I set it up right here. And this is where I film my videos. Just like this. In my opinion, this area of my room is much cooler than that area, so it's kind of sad that nobody ever sees this part in my videos. But yeah, if you follow me on TikTok, it might be interesting to see the other angle of where I film. I put you guys back a little bit. I want to talk about my posters on this wall. I recently redid all of my posters here, and I think I like it. I don't know. Some bits of it are better than others, I will say that. But yeah, we have my Alex G poster that I got printed at Walgreens. Over here we have Susie. And then this from the My Chemical Romance concert. BTS poster, that is a new edition that I got at the thrift store. And then over there we have one of my prized possessions, Domo poster. Over there in the corner we have my Fugler poster, that's a recent edition as well, that's just from Five Below. I want to show you guys my ceiling, because I do cool stuff with my ceiling as well. I just put up all of this is new additions. We have an American Werewolf in Paris poster, a pirate flag, a little scrap of paper with cool stuff on it, and a cross scarf. I'm definitely going to add more to this. This is just what I kind of threw up there for the time being. I want it to be all drapey and fun, and yeah, I love putting stuff on my ceiling. You're going to notice that. This is probably one of my favorite parts of my whole room. This is the part that I guess I'm most proud of. I don't know. Like I said, this is where I film, so this is where I'm at the most in my room, so I like to have this area looking nice and full of things that I love. Right over here we have my CD holder. I have about a third of my collection of CDs in here. I collect these My Little Pony Build-A-Bears, and then all my Domos, Skull-Animals. We have a Hello Kitty. Yeah, these are just my favorite plushies that I want to have by me at all times. I really like stuffed animals, as you can see. And then here we just have some pink string lights that I keep all year round. I really love these. Part of the reason why I really love this area, I don't know why, but I really like the fact that I put posters back there. It kind of reminds me of like a cave or something. Do you know what I mean? And then up here we have more of my plushies and keychains as well. And then over here we have another mannequin. This is another one of my favorites because it's just kind of unique. This is the bottom half of someone. One of my biggest, the dog plushes. I collect the dog and the cat stuff. I really love it. Down here we have my vintage TV and my hat collection. So yeah, this is kind of my favorite area. I love it over here. Moving over a little bit, here's where we have my jacket rack. I also have this little holder with some accessories and some bags hung on here as well. This is where my jackets live year round because I think they look cool and I have nowhere else to put them, so. Another one of my favorite things in here, my Domo string lights. And I recently made this Circa Survive Juturna girl in cardboard and hung it from my ceiling. Love her. Love that album, obviously. And then behind her, we have my Twilight CD collection. I'm a huge Twilight fan as well, so I buy every Twilight CD when I see them. And that is my full collection. You might be able to see her back there. She's my next mannequin. She's probably the most common kind of mannequin that you're gonna find. Fun fact, I got her and a few others at American Eagle, actually. Probably like 10 years ago at this point. They were selling some mannequins, and that's kind of where my mannequin obsession began. They were only $1 for the mannequin plus the stands, so that kind of kick-started my mannequin obsession. And on her, I have a vintage Universal Studios Bride of Frankenstein mask that I really love. She's like totally goth, and I love that. Now that you can kind of see it, I guess we'll talk about my bed. I have a queen bed. I don't know if that's interesting to anyone. It's just a bed. I don't know what I thought I was gonna say about it. I really love leopard print, as you can see. I have a lot of leopard print on here. These shelves right here are my newest additions to my room. I kind of just threw stuff up there. So again, work in progress. Let's see, what are some of my favorite things up here? Definitely, I'd say my favorite thing up here is my nun doll. She's super cool. She's a genuine nun doll. She has a bunch of cool accessories and stuff. She has a rosary. I really like her. These zombie praying hands that I painted, I really like those as well. We have a little Daryl. I have kind of a lot of Daryl memorabilia over here from The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead, and I collect a lot of The Walking Dead stuff, so you'll start to see that soon. Another one of my favorite things over here is my Gothic and Lolita fashion book. It's like a street fashion book from Japan. It was a crazy find to me because I live in the Midwest and like we don't have anything cool here. But I found that super fun. I take a bunch of inspiration from that. And then over here, I didn't know where else to put this, so I just stuck it over here, but I kind of like it. It's this National Geographic ballet poster with a little kitten. It's so adorable. I like these shelves. I just need to like fine tune them a bit. Over here we have my Twilight poster collection. These all came from the CDs and the books also. Sometimes the Twilight books will have posters in them, which is super cool. My nightstand is over here. It's not that interesting, but I guess I can show you it. Just a few things over here. I have a book and my diary, some Cheez-Its. Let's move on to something fun though. Over here I have my favorite shelf. You know, earlier I said this wasn't my favorite area, but I do still really like it. I call this my weapons wall. I just have this is actually an Avon perfume, some handcuffs, some other handcuffs, some brass knuckles, and that is a water gun over there. So I call that my weapons wall. Fitting poster for my weapons wall is Breaking Bad. This shelf has stayed the same now for probably like 3 or 4 years, just because I really love it and I don't feel the need to change it like I kind of change everything else. Highlights from this shelf include my huge skull. I don't know if it's from a cow or a horse. I love it the same either way. Up here mainly houses my Kewpie collection, which I'm a huge Kewpie fan. So most of my little babies are up there. Just a bunch of cute curated stuff that I really like. I like the red and blue color palette. that I made for this shelf. And then my newest addition, I just put these up here the other day. We have some vintage medical tools at the top. These are forceps, another tool, and then a old syringe. Well, they're all old. Over here is really fun as well. This is, I'd say, where most of my stuff lives, if you can't tell. But what can I say? I'm a collector. I collect a lot of things. There's so much stuff over here. I'm just gonna go through some of my favorites from over here. This top shelf houses a lot of my favorites. We have my Twilight Barbies that I really love. Mads Mikkelsen candle from when I met him. A bunch of figures of my favorite characters over here. Over here is really where my the cat and the dog collection mostly lives. Moving down, my favorite thing from this shelf is, first of all, my My Little Pony blind bag collection from my childhood. I'm super glad that I kept those for all these years. And then this is one of my most prized possessions over here. If you don't know what this is, it is a banned Tarzan toy. And you can probably see why. He's really going at it. So yeah, he was banned for obvious reasons. But I was so happy to find him. Like, it's just such a cool find, like, if you know about it. Down here, we have one of my best thrift finds of all time. I thrifted 8 bleeding edge goth dolls. They're the coolest doll line from the 2000s to ever exist. I think they were like $8 each or something crazy. And then we have my vinyl collection behind them. I just absolutely cannot explain everything from these shelves. This is, like I said, where most of my collection lives. And I recently culled a lot of stuff out of it, so that's why there's some big empty spaces. But I'm gonna do a big reorganization of this as well, but I'll still show you. This is where the main portion of my Hello Kitty figure collection is. I love collecting Hello Kitty plushes, as you saw, and also figures, specifically the vintage McDonald's toys. I have a ton of those. I think they're super cool. And then down here we have my childhood plush collection, as well as a portrait of a random child that I really like. I'm really into those vintage frames that are bubbled. I'm always keeping my eye out for those for a good price. This is my main collection bit, and nobody ever really gets to see it because my closet door over here is always open. So I'm glad somebody can finally see it. Appreciate my collections, please. So this is the door to my closet. I'm not going to show you inside of there because it would take forever and it's honestly a mess in there. But I'm fortunate enough to have a walk-in closet, which I always thought was so cool. It's not super big or anything, but you can walk in there, and I've always loved that and been very grateful for that because I have a lot of clothes. On the door, I have some fun things. I have my Nuns smoking poster, which I really love. Signed Pierce the Veil poster. Fall Out Boy merch bag. Some little art, and then Fever You Can't Sweat Out CD insert. Hanging on the door here, I have some concert memorabilia. I have a Pierce the Veil tote bag and 2 Fall Out Boy tote bags. And then some VIP lanyards as well. That's kind of just all my VIP swag lives here. Alright guys, we are nearing the end. This is the final wall that I have to show you. Here is the last mannequin that I have in here. I have several more mannequins, but they just don't fit in here unfortunately, so I really love mannequins, you guys don't even know. This one is an airy mannequin. Again, I got at American Eagle, and then I've covered it with a bunch of vintage buttons. And this little furry guy. I actually don't really know what animal this is, but here are some of my My Little Pony plushes that I really love. And then here on the wall, this is a collection that I'm always adding to, so again, work in progress, but I call this my Jesus wall. I'm really fascinated with religious art, specifically where they make Jesus look very beautiful and feminine. I'm really into that. So I'm really picky with what I put here. So these are the pieces that I deemed worthy. And then I have my vintage Last Rites crucifix, which is super cool. I'm obsessed with that. I got it at an estate sale. And it has the holy water vial and the candles still in it. And then we have my vintage jackalope taxidermy. And on it I have put another choker. He is looking very swag. I'm currently looking for something to fill this space right here because, yeah, it's a bit empty. Up here we have another one of my favorite shelves. We have more vintage Avon bottles, these bullet ones. If you couldn't tell already, I'm also like super into like weapons aesthetic. I really don't know why, but yeah, I love the aesthetic of guns and bullets and brass knuckles and stuff like that. Some of my favorite vinyls back there. Another cow. I want to say it's a cow. That one's smaller than my other one though. And a mannequin head. Right here I have my cork board, just filled with stuff I don't even know. Down here is also kind of a new addition to my room. This is just a humongous bookshelf from Walmart. I used to have a desk here, but as my physical media collection grows, I just really needed something to hold all of my DVDs. So I got this bad boy, and it's literally perfect. And I got this on sale because it's kind of messed up in some places, but obviously I don't care about that at all. I'm gonna do a physical media tour in the future, but for now I'll just give you a little overview. We also have my Jeff the Killer in here. Everybody say hi to Jeff. We finally made it to the last wall, and this is one of my favorites. I have a lot of my favorite things hung up here. I'll quickly walk you through each one because I think they're all super cool. We have my signed Hail the Sunset list, my Dale Cooper FBI badge, a few pictures from the convention where we met Hugh and Mads. This is one of my prized possessions as well. I have a signed DSU vinyl from Alex G from when I met him. I have a gas mask, a Jesse Breaking Bad figure, Laura Palmer, of course. I have a little tombstone, Radiohead, The Bins, that's a classic. And then I hung up my SLC Punk DVD because I was looking for that forever, and I found it at a random estate sale. This is another really, really crazy find that I'm kind of obsessed with. It's a picture of a bald eagle crying and watching the Twin Towers burn, which is just so crazy. I had to get that. Down there we have kind of a famous, valuable art piece. I got that at my local Goodwill. And then I have the Last Supper there as well because it didn't fit on my Jesus wall area. But yeah, this is one of my favorite parts of my room as well. I really, really like it. I think it's all very cohesive. I like the green tones that I have going on. I guess I'll walk you through what I have on my ceiling right now. Like I said, I have all the new things I just put up. But then over here, I have a Fever You Can't Sweat Out poster from the vinyl. Hung up right there. That's been there forever. Above my closet, I have a Requiem for a Dream poster that I got at a garage sale. The same place, actually, that I got this American Werewolf in Paris one. I'll just be honest, I've never seen that. I have seen an American Werewolf in London, obviously, the original. That's a classic. I really love that. So, I just bought this poster. I was like, surely I'll watch it. But I haven't watched it. But recently, I realized after I put this poster up, it's Tom Everett Scott, like, from The Summer I Turned Pretty. I just thought that was kind of funny. I have a poster of him now, kind of like the worst dad ever. This poster of him, like, when he was really young, it made me realize, like, he looks so much like Jeremiah. It was, like, kind of really good casting, to be honest. Are you guys Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah? I think it's extremely, extremely obvious. Team Conrad for the win. This is totally a side tangent, but I just think Jeremiah is, like, kind of really ugly, no offense. So I was never, ever Team Jeremiah. And he's a horrible boyfriend, like, Team Jeremiah people, please let me know your reasoning. Then we have my So Long and Good Night banner above my bed. The ceiling above my bed, again, work in progress. I'm looking for the perfect poster to put up there. Do you guys know that house poster where they're, like, all looking? It's like from, gosh, I'll insert a picture of it, but they're all, like, looking down at the camera like you're about to get medical malpracticed on. So I'm thinking about printing that for there because I think that'd be really funny. Let's see, did I talk about everything? Definitely not, but I think it's good enough. I guess that concludes my room tour. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, let me know if you guys want, like, a closet tour. I could do that, show you some of my favorite pieces, or a physical media tour. Just anything. Let me know what you guys want to see from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more from me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys!